Well, hello strange people, welcome back to the channel. Out on the moor again. This time I'm in Tavy Cleave. Long-term subscribers to the channel would have been here before with me. It's my happy place, I love it in here. When the world seems like it's a pile of dog doings, just come in here and it's just washes it all away from you without having to get into a river. Yeah, it's beautiful in here. Purpose of the journey today, I'm on my own, as you probably notice with me turning around like I always do. Purpose of the journey today is to go and meet an old friend of the channel and an old friend of mine. Not sure whether I'll tell you who he is yet. I think we'll keep that as a bit of a surprise. Yeah, it's lovely in here. And I'd better get on because I'm running a bit late. Catch you in the mo. Couple of miles in now, properly in the wild moors. It's lovely here. So this is one of the routes, one of the best routes in my opinion, to get to Tor, commonly known as the Queen of the Moor. And I was just thinking as I was coming through, Tavy Cleave is one of the gems in the crown of the Queen of the Moor. It is a beautiful place. I've seen two people. They were sat down by a waterfall over there. Next person I meet will be my mate, I hope. In fact, I'm sure of it. But it's gorgeous down here. If you're fit enough, because there are a couple of scrambles. I'm about to do a scramble now. If you're fit enough, I would definitely put this on your list of places to visit on Dartmoor if you are visiting. Like I say, there are a couple of scrambles. It is a bit boggy in places, but it's definitely worth the effort if you're fit enough. If you're not fit enough, stick with me and we'll do it together. Right. I'm going to probably put the camera away for a minute because, as I say, there's a scramble coming up, and then by then we should be very close to where my mates camped. Catch you in a mo. Don't mind if I do. Go on there. Lovely. Whortleberries, or bilberries, some people call them. Beautiful and sweet. Gorgeous. Oh, more. Oh, beautiful. So my mate, the person we've come to see, should be just over there somewhere, camped up. Can't see him yet. A building you see at the top of the hill, that's a range warden's shelter and stable for his horse. So we've just about reached the end of the Cleave. Just a view back. That scramble there is bloody hard work. It gets harder every year I do it. Right, onward. And there he is. I'm pretty sure it is anyway. Well, I made it to him in the end. And here he is, Joe from Not Your Average Joe channel. Subscribe to him if you're not already. He is a source of great wit, very dry wit. He camped here last night, woke up to a bit of a frost, which is why I've got my heavy duty coat. We've had a few frosts down here, it's been a bit chilly at night. And we're about now to go off to a place where we're both going to camp, which is, it's only about a mile further up the valley. Lovely spot to camp this though, really nice spot to camp. Right, we will bring you back presently, shortly, in a mo. No tinner's hut. And his workings are just up there. I meant to say this is the Rattlebrook. We're away from the Tavy now. Those that aren't too sure. Joe's just reminded me of a comment I got in my last video. And I put it up on Facebook for people to read, and Joe read it. I'll put it up right now. So anyway, AJ, all the numbers. If you're going to come to a channel which is loosely history based, or the history of Dartmoor based, you're going to get utter bullshit. And Anthony James, yes, I did find you, I did track you down. Anthony James, you seem to be a bit of a racist, and for a man who's a prospective author, you don't seem to be able to do punctuation very well either. So if you need some pointers, please get in touch again, and I'll more than happily give you some. More than happily. Okay, right. So Anthony James, prospective author of London, thank you very much for your comment. Jog on. Joe down there taking photographs. Visit his channel, brilliant photographer. So I was just explaining to Joe that a lot of this area here, the tinner that lived in that, or used that little building there, would have opened all of this up in the course of his lifetime. And here are the works, the gash stuff that he didn't want anymore. I've just had to replace some rocks. Whoops. So I've just had to replace some rocks, this one and this one, that somebody'd moved and shoved off into another spot. This is archaeology. Please don't, if you're going to move the rocks, I've got no problem with that, I do it myself, but please put them back when you've finished. You just don't know what some archaeologist of the future may come across, may find. So if you're going to move things, just put them back afterwards. Rant over. So yes, in the course of his lifetime, he's dug all of this out. Might have been a couple of them here. It's a lot of work. So our pitch for tonight will be up there on the Goats. One of those two tours, you can only see one from here. And apparently the Jinx Ant spent the night on Green Tour last night, which is the one in the centre of the picture. You can tell he's off the moors now because sunny, there's not a cloud in the sky. Whereas normally there's not a sky in the cloud. Right, onward. Just saying to Joe, pretty sure we're following an old pack horse track for the tinners. If you look on our right here, we've got a little bit of a wall, a bit of a hollow, and then obviously back onto the moor. If you look back towards Joe, off just over there, you can see the tin workings, and this track runs all the way to those tin workings. So pretty sure we're on a old pack horse track where they'd have got the tin back from the tin workings, or possibly walked out to the tin workings every day, although I think that's a little less likely. It's easier going though, which is the main thing. Steady progress is being made. Just over there now is in the centre of your screen will be Fur Tour, Queen of the Moors. The Goats are just out of sight, but that's Green Tour now. So we've got probably another half hour's walking to get to camp. We're just going steady, it's nice. Some rough patches where the old tinner works are. We just crossed, but it's nice. So Joe's making his way down to the Rattlebrook to get some water. It's the last water source before we camp. I don't know if you can see the house down there, the old ruin. That's the ruin of Bleak House, the old Pete manager's house, with Green Tour in the background. We are at the Goat tours at the moment. There is nowhere to camp here. There are cows in the only camping area, and there have been a recent spate of people attacked by cows on the moor, so we're decided not to camp there. We we're actually going to make our way over to... We're going to make our way over to Great Links Tour and camp in the in amongst the rocks up there. We think that's probably our best option. So we've rocked up at Great Links Tour. Absolutely gorgeous tour, this one. It's huge, just huge lumps of granite, 40 foot high lumps of granite. It's a gorgeous place, really is, and they go down into the valley on behind me. We couldn't pitch at Donegal in the end, which is just over there, because there were some cows right where we were going to pitch. Ironically, they followed us over here, so I'm hoping we'll be alright through the night. We should be. We're sharing the tour with a couple of teenagers and some loud music at the moment, but as long as it doesn't last too long, I'm not going to complain. And there is a photographer up here as well, so Joe's been having a bromance with him, talking about cameras. Well, I think we're going to have a beautiful sunset and a beautiful evening. We've done roughly, well, I've done 12.5 kilometres today, which isn't much, I know, but got the same walk back tomorrow. It's just hard ground we've been walking on. Tough ground. Ah, it's beautiful up here. We're about 1,900 feet, just a little bit over that, 590 odd metres. So we're quite high up. We've got views, brilliant views. I can see the north coast and the south coast from here. Just about, I think I can just about make out the hills of Exmoor as well, which is in North Devon, sort of North Devon, Somerset. So pretty good views from up here, pretty good. There's cow number one. Actually, I think it's a bullock. And there's the tents. So we're going to have a bit of a standoff here. Joe's about to tuck into his dehydrated food. I'm about to make him very jealous with my bacon and eggs. The little bottle I won last week at Karen's community camp. I don't win anything. I initially thought it was a pea bottle, but it's been ideal for putting the eggs in. So yeah, thank you for that, Karen. It was donated by Outdoor Gear Essentials. She's affiliated with him or something, or a lot of people seem to be. And I've got a Karen sticker as well on the back. So that's my eggs and bacon. And he's tucking into an adventure food what?
Pasta carbonara.
Pasta carbonara. Sounds lovely.
No.
made with stream water out of the Rattlebrook. Lovely. That's just what you need. It'll be a slightly beef flavour as there's a dead cow further up, but I didn't like to tell him that as he was walking down. Right, I'll catch you in a mo. Before I do any more, I just want to say a big thank you to Ginge, who made me a little tool roll for my camp tools. My knife, fork, that kind of thing. Now, I just want to say, Ginge, if you're watching, it's not very full at the moment. It's got a spork and a knife, fork, spoon set in it. Oh, and my opinel. It did have other things in it, but we took it out last week camping, and I didn't feel like I needed to carry more gear than I needed. But thank you very much, Ginge. It's much appreciated, and it's a brilliant piece of kit. Thank you. I don't know how well this is coming out on camera, but the mist has come in really, really thick. Obviously you can just make out that granite wall on the camera, and that's 15 feet, maybe 20 feet away.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. Bear in mind there are two head torches.
Yeah, it's Joe's tent, but you cannot see a hand in front of your face here now.
It's great, look at this. Wow.
That is one of the superest pea soups I've ever been in.
I love the word pea superist. Write that down.
Pea superist.
Yes. That's amazing.
That is absolutely incredible. My tent. Well, we've got into our tents. The cold and mist has finally defeated us. It is horrible out there. Visibility is down to around about 10 to 15 feet now, and it's just defeated us. So we've got into our tents. We're going to get a bit of an early night. Joe's got a fairly simple walk home from up here tomorrow. It's literally just down the hill. He can't go too far wrong. If he gets to the river, he just turns left, and eventually it will take him to the bridge. I've got to go cross some open moorland tomorrow, so I've already set my compass before the mist. You could see the mist rolling in, and just before it got to us, I set it for took a bearing off a tour that I know I've got to go over tomorrow. So hopefully, well, I'm confident that I'll get there. I know the way. It's just really as a safety measure. But yeah, so we're going to settle down and try and get ourselves some sleep now. And I'll catch you in the morning. Cheers. God, it's cold tonight. There'll be ice out there tomorrow. See you in the morning. Well, morning, strange people. The pea super is still prevalent, as you can see. Pretty thick, probably 40 yards. So it's going to be a fun trip home. Joe's only going to go up over the top of the tour and down the hill. I've got about 3.5–4 miles of open moorland to navigate, which should test my map skills if I brought a map. Hopefully it's all up here. I did take a compass bearing last night on a tour way off, a mile or two away, so should be all right. Be interesting though. Could be one of those. Could be like one of those survival shows. This could end up being a really long video. Right, I'll catch you in a moment. I'm gonna have a brew. Joe's about to have his breakfast. Another one of those wayfarer meal things.
Well, this is the fire pot posh pork and beans, like I had yesterday.
Oh, with the rock hard beans.
Things, yeah, the only two things that have survived the Holocaust are cockroaches and dehydrated beans.
I'll bring you back in a mo. Right, so that's where I slept last night, and apart from the grass, there is no trace. You can't even see where Joan came in. We spooned last night when we got cold, so it's an absolutely pristine campsite. That's where Joe was. Again, no trace. Joe, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yep.
For you to have me up on the moors with you.
Indeed it was.
I'd like to say the same, but
you can't.
no, it's been alright. It's been brilliant. It's been brilliant. Great fun.
Yeah, it's been.
Yeah. You sure you're happy you get your way off the moor? You want me to come with you?
I'll be alright.
You sure?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, this is where we part. We started off as friends.
Leave his enemies.
Yeah.
Bloody more. I come here again. Awful place.
Yeah, terrible place. Don't ever come here. Okay, it's my advice. Never come to Dartmoor. Just leave it for me, and I'll be quite happy. Right, Joe. I will shake your hand again, because it has been a proper pleasure. It has been a proper pleasure.
Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Real good fun.
Right. Catch you on the next one.
Going that way.
All right, my buddy. Cheers. We are going that way. So every now and again there's a little lift in the fog. It's not awfully helpful because it's just barren out here. Now I was following a sheep track, but I've got to this bit of bogland and it's disappeared. So I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna have to get my compass out. Whether I want to go through that, whether I follow this up a little bit and then try and find another sheep track. I think what I'll do is I'll follow this up and find another sheep track going in my direction. I basically want to be going in this direction over here, but that looks rough through there, so I'll see if I can find another sheep track. Bring you back in a mo. Well, Joe's just sent me a text to say that a couple of 100 meters down the fog is lifting and he can see the view around him, so that's good news. I'm currently in the middle of nowhere. The fog is trying to lift, but every now and again it blows right back in again. I've got my compass. I'm just a little bit off, but not very much. I'm hoping to hit Chat Tor fairly soon, but it's a pretty small tour and I might miss it. I mean, I can walk within, well, at times I could walk within 50 yards of it and miss it completely. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but who knows. Anyway, bring you back in a mo. See, it's only a tiny little outcrop, very easy to miss. I'm just going to take 5 here in a minute, and then my bearing was taken off Hare Tor, so I should still be alright for a minute. Yeah, there is see here. Bring you back in a mo. The mist is starting to lift beautifully now, and Sharp Tor and Hare Tor are just coming into view. I've just left Chat Tor. Should be pretty plain sailing from here now, but I'll have a little word when we get back over the top of Hare Tor, I think. Anyway, should we go up Hare Tor? Be nice to get home and have some eggs and bacon, wouldn't it? Spam and bacon. I've got spam left in the backpack. Spam and eggs. I think I'll go home and have some spam and eggs. We'll see. We'll see. See how I feel. Catch you in a mo. Always wondered why Hare Tor was called Hare Tor, and it's just occurred to me looking at it from here. It looks like a hare lying down with its bum in the air and its head off to the right. I hope the GoPro picks this up. It's the one on the left. Hope the GoPro picks that up, because that really does look like a hare. Where Sharp Tor doesn't look very sharp. Oh, beautiful bit of sunshine. Right, catch you in a mo. Well, I didn't mean for this to be a tour bagging trip, but Sharp Tor. Just looking out across, and Great Lynx is still in the mist, way over there. Making some good progress now. We'll go up and tap Sharp Tor. There is a video somewhere actually with me camping with Joe up here and the Jinx. Somewhere in my back catalogue a couple of years ago. Hare Tor next. And then it's just Ger Tor and home. Ger Tor and home. Lovely. If you're watching, Amanda, get the kettle on. Sharp Tor, Hare Tor. Get in there. Catch you in a mo. I watch a channel called Desert Drifter, I believe he's called. And he recently went to this newly discovered wall in Montana called, I think it's called Sage Wall, something like that, in Montana. And they're trying to make it out that it's man-made because of the perfectly aligned joints and square edges and nodules that are on it. Now, I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you what looks like a man-made piece of wool. If you look there, look, reasonably square edges, perfectly fitting together. That could be man-made. It's not, it's the natural weathering. I did leave a comment that we've got them all over this moorland. And as for the nodules, this isn't a great example, but there is one here. Just one here. there's one forming just there. Perfectly natural. It's just where the softer rock is wearing away from the harder rock with the force of the rain and the ice and what have you. But anybody that believes that Graham Hancock stuff needs to come to Dartmoor and just look at the way the rocks have formed perfectly naturally. That could easily be the corner of a wall. It's just what granite does. And this sage wall, or whatever it's called in Montana, is granite, so it's perfectly natural. Right, Joe's just sent me a text to say he's got back to his car safely, so that's one thing less to worry about. I'm going to make my way over to Hare Tor. I'll make my mind up as to whether I'm going to go all the way over it or just through the saddle when I get there. The LK35, I'm just going to say it now, is a brilliant pack for walking half a mile. It's not a brilliant pack for walking miles and miles. Right, catch you in a mo. Well, that was Hare Tor. Behind me, I'm about 3/4 of the way down now. 507 metres, second highest point of our trip, I believe. So I've only got Hare Tor to do now, and then down the hill to the car. So I'm going to leave the video here. If you've watched it this far, congratulations. You probably need your head seen to. I've been told I've got to tell you to subscribe, so if you haven't subscribed and you liked this rubbish, then please subscribe. Karen made me do that. Comment by all means. I always get back with a comment, or I always get back to you eventually anyway. And hit the thumbs up button. I hate doing that. I hate telling you to do that, but I've been told I've got to. Ordered, in fact, that I've got to. Right, I'm going home because there's spam and eggs waiting for me. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now. You still there? Go away.